Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session about the Wikimedia Language Diversity Hub. For those of you who followed the previous session, this is actually not that different. This is an idea for a thematic hub, and we would like to collect ideas for how to make it the best we can. So my name is Jon Harald Søby. I work at the Wikimedia Norge as a project manager, and as a volunteer, I'm also part of the Wikimedia Language Committee, amongst other things. So I will give a short introduction about the Wikimedia Language Diversity Hub idea first, and how it came to be, and then we will split into, go to the tables in Remo to discuss further. So, the idea for the Wikimedia Language Diversity Hub is for it to be a hub for people who are working on small or underrepresented languages in the Wikimedia movement. And it's supposed to be both for affiliates and for individual contributors. And the main thing is to share experiences, resources, and specialities across borders. The idea for this came about from the Wikimedia 2030 strategy talks, where hubs was one of the points that came out of those discussions. And there have basically been 3 different types of hubs that have been discussed. The first is the regional hubs, which some of you may be familiar with. You have, for example, the Wikimedia CEE and the Ibero-Coop, and also the ECAP, East Asian and Pacific region collaborations. And the other type is thematic hubs, which have a similar theme or a subject for them. And the third type is a language hub. And despite the name, this is ironically not one of those language hubs. This would be a thematic hub. And the reason for that is that the language hubs would be for big languages that are spoken in many different countries. For example, you could have a hub for the French speaking communities or the Arabic speaking communities, for example. And this is kind of the opposite. It's supposed to be one hub for all of the small languages out there in our movement. So this would actually be a thematic hub. Yeah. One of the we would like to hear your ideas for what kind of collaborations could happen via a hub like this. And one of the main things is that from 2022 to 2032 is the UNESCO Decade of Indigenous Languages. As some of you know, 2019 was the UNESCO International Year of Indigenous Languages, and it actually got a pretty big momentum. So very quickly, especially for UN standards or UNESCO standards, they set up the International Decade of Indigenous Languages. And that is one of the things we want to work on for this. And Wikimedia Norway was part of the International Year of Indigenous Languages, and we've also signed up to be part of the International Decade, which starts next year already. So the way we will do this will be a little bit different from the previous session, if you attended that. We will basically end this stream in a minute, and instead you will join table A or table B on the first floor of the building. Those are the 2 big tables. And if there isn't enough room on those tables, we will go to the second floor and use the big tables on that floor as well. So without further ado, I would like to say, see you there.